I made a big mistake last night because I popped a gummy and then I started binging the show. I have never been so hungry in my entire life.
Of course not, with all those ingredients.
Supposed to watch it,
That's torture.
Dying, like she's making the tostada, you're wrapping chicken skin and a lobster. I'm like, so I don't recommend having a gummy and watching this show because you're gonna get hungry. But I want to know, you guys, kind of working with everyone. Was there any competition between the legends? But was it a fun competition? What do you think?
There's always competitions around the legends. That's how we got here, right? Like chefs, we have to be a little bit competitive to, you know, when we open a restaurant, we have to be better than our neighbor. So I think some of the juices came out.
Let's say I'm gonna have a date night. It's gonna be a Netflix and chill night. What is a simple menu I can do for a Netflix and chill night? Notice how I keep saying the word Netflix.
I think this is a great fried rice night because you've got a wok, you've got hopefully flames, you've got leftovers that you can bring left and right. And if you're really playing your cards right, a lot of those ingredients can go into breakfast the next day.
Oh my God, he just blew my mind. Who's someone you've cooked for that sticks out in your mind?
Doing the state dinner for the first state dinner for President Obama was amazing. Or when he came to the restaurant, the restaurant was so young, it was early stage of the restaurant when the President of the United States come to your restaurant in Harlem. It was just such a big occasion. And it was also nerve-wracking, just like Iron Chef, but it was also fun.
What is he eating?
Listen, Michelle Obama is the one that really tells us, you know, it was great working with the former First Lady for both of those dinners. And I would say she's more of a foodie than he is.
Curtis, who would you say is the biggest diva or divo on set and why?
It was Ming. Let me just be straight. You know, like, he's the biggest diva. You know, he takes the longest time in hair and makeup, which you wouldn't believe it, would you? I mean, but he does. And, but we love him.
And it's only because I'm 58 years old and I look 10 years younger than Curtis. He has this little kind of chip on his shoulder. I think they call it a chip down under, don't they?
Who was the biggest diva or biggest divo?
Ming on both. Clearly, like I don't have to think. Can I just answer, shut it down? Clearly, Ming.
Really?
By the way, did he even show up or did he come on his private plane? Are we still waiting? Yeah.
Funny, I think he said the same thing.
Yeah. Ah! You got me, that's good.
Finally closing this out, what does your uncle say? What did your uncle tell you? Because I know he told you something, I believe.
He said,
I like cuisine!
I love it.
And then he also told him, don't bugger it up.
Okay, I mean, who has the most Michelin stars?
I do.
See, I have
By a long way.
0.
But I don't have to be a diva to get that. I'm just me, you know?
That's true. That's true.
But for the record, since we're on this, she has a different colored scarf every time she goes on in Kitchen Stadium. So, diva. But, and this irks her, Marcus outdresses her sometimes.
Oh, maybe Marcus,
Those two.
yeah. Oh,
Marcus and Dominique, they could have their own runway show. They don't need Iron Chef. They can just runway.
Okay, I'm gonna ask each of you, what's your go-to condiment? If you're gonna whip something up, what's something you use the most, that you pull out of your own pantry the most?
Oh, I make a lot of pickles and chutneys, relishes. Yeah, because there's a nice acidity to it, and you can use all sorts of fruits and vegetables in it. So I make a big variety, and it can, even if you're asking what should you do for Netflix and chill, if you get a cheese plate that's got a killer relish on it, then you just turn that cheese plate into something really delicious. And you can make it days in advance. So, you know, and you can serve that with grilled meat anyway. But that's my go-to condiment.
Dominique?
I mean, I love acidity, so I think a lot of lemon. I think that would be the first one. And I'm obsessed with shirodashi.
What?
There you go. What is that?
Shirodashi.
What? That sounds like some rich people stuff.
No,
it's not.
But it's like cheating. Please explain what it is.
Explain what it is.
So it is made from rice. It's fermented rice. It's in a bottle, and it's like natural MSG. It enhances anything. It makes everything taste better.
Bonito inside. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's Japanese.
Like Whole Foods? Where do I get it?
I don't think you. No.
Yeah,
you get it.
Okay.
Yeah, and put it in a coffee in the morning. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's great.
And in the coffee? Everywhere?
Why not? Yes.
Okay, all right.
It's umami. It's my salt. You know, I love salt, but I think it's my salt.
She uses it. She actually shampoos her hair in it.
Yeah.
That's how much she
But
does it.
lemon, I love lemon. Lemon of lime or vinegar needs to be,
So I'm glad you said. So my go-to condiment that's always is, I call it a dim sum dipper. It's tamari, keep it gluten-free, rice vinegar, and one of my favorite hot sauces, either sambal or chili crisp. That's always, I can use it for marinades,
Right.
I can use it to finish, I use it to eat all types of dim sum. That's my go-to condiment, and so easy. And the longer it stays there in your jar, the better it tastes, right? A month later, even better.
I have to fully admit something. I made a huge mistake last night because I binged everything, but I took a gummy before I watched the show.
Oh my God, that's awesome!
I was so freaking hungry watching the show. I was dying. I wanted to eat freaking everything I saw you guys made. It was killing me. So I'm excited for lunch today. By the
Oh
way.
yeah.
But now I have an interesting question. I want to know what foods you don't like. Because you're chefs, you have to try everything. But what is something that you avoid? You're like, ugh, I never want to taste it.
I do not like bell pepper.
Huh.
Yes.
Wow. What happened in your childhood, bell pepper? Did you get hit by bell peppers?
I mean,
as a kid, or
I
what
think
happened?
mostly, you know, the green and the yellow. The sweet red is delicious, you know. But for me, if I go to a restaurant and there is any bell pepper on the plate, I go crazy.
But when Linguini made the ratatouille, how could he do that without bell peppers?
This is different.
This
They're
is
doing
the
that
exception.
with the red bell pepper. I'm talking about the green.
Okay.
And at work, if anyone's doing employee meals with bell pepper, I just go, no.
We know what they give her for Christmas.
You go all like Gordon Ramsay on them? Is it like a no bell pepper policy?
No, no. I'm very respectful, but they hear me.
Okay. But like, you guys have nothing left to prove. I mean, why even go on a show like this? You've accomplished. I mean, you're working for the freaking president of Mexico. What do you need to prove now? Why go on the show?
You know what? I think one of the real.
Yes, Gabriela, why? I love that.
You know, one of the real. I think the honest truth to that is, after the pandemic, or with in the context of the pandemic, and what it had been for our industry, just being able to show up and do something that would be so public and so much fun and so inspiring, and just getting back there and being with these iron legends. I think that for me, that was the biggest motivation.
I would say,
because I'm not even I am very competitive, but I'm not. I've never been in a competitive cooking show.
I would say there's two things, right? Love for the craft. We
Yeah.
truly love food, like all of us, right? And the craftsmanship around it, and to do it at the highest level. And then also for the young guns who wants to come up, you want this? It's going to be hard. Come and get it. If you can pass us, you clearly deserved it. So you want it? Come and get it.
This is what I'm so fascinated by is, they criticize you. The judges criticize.
Oh, they do.
And at this
They're
level.
harsh.
At this level in your career, you don't need that shit.
But it's always.
Can I
good-
bring you with me when I'm up at the judges?
No, but I think it's good to keep on one's toe.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think all these things are good. It's sort of a reality check, always. I love that in life.
But it's
I always
if
love to
would-
come
it's
down
okay,
to.
It's like if I were to criticize Meryl Streep on her acting. It's like, how am I going to criticize you guys on your
Thank you.
cooking?
But that's a great
I
compliment.
do think it does keep us on our toes. And also these judges are amazing, and they know so much about food. So you can't get anything by them, because yes, we're gonna execute this dish, and there are techniques, there are steps. If you're gonna say something, you're gonna call this X, then it better go through these steps, right? And that's what I love. So it's not just the cooking on the high levels, the judging is on the highest level too. And that's what it makes it really special. I think Snoop would be a good judge. I think Snoop would we're in LA. Snoop.
I want to go to that.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're invited.
Me too. I don't think we'd have issues with needing him to
No.
eat gummies before.
Yeah.
I think
Gonna be
yeah.
smoking something before.
Yes,
What would be
that
on?
would be.
Don't start. Your idea.
Oh, he's fine. What would be on Snoop's menu? I'm curious. If you were gonna cook for Snoop Dogg, let's say I'm Snoop Dogg, what would be on the menu? What are you gonna cook for me?
I would spike those greens with more greens, I think. But just delicious food. I would definitely cook something that I feel like Snoop has traveled all over the world. So I think he has his palate is really, really broad because he's obviously done concerts all over the world. So I think we would be a great team to cook for Snoop.
We would be a great team. It would be tasty. It would be interesting. It would have contrasts in flavors and textures.
Wrapping up.
I would love to
We're
cook
on
them.
national television right now.
Yep.
Do you want to give Snoop a message telling him that you'd like to make
Snoop, next season, come and judge Iron Chef. Where you at?
Please.
I'll even
Please.
you can even bring Martha.